so many hackathons organized by Venture City. Brijesh, do you have to say something about hackathons?
Yeah, so like we have participated in like 5, 6 hackathons arranged by Venture City. So what usually happens in hackathon is you go there, they give you problem statements, or they give you some categories, and you like you develop ideas. It's open platform. So what we usually like in hackathon is not day to day what all life problems we face. We try to solve it by technology, and you get recognition. You get to see other people commenting on your idea, discussing your ideas. So it's a one of a kind of experience like where you actually do something which you normal days you think, okay, this problem should be solved like this. You go there, demo it, and get the feedbacks. A lot of apps which came out of hackathons. So you should attend one of those if you are like it falls in your expertise domain.
Thank you, Brijesh. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Thank you so much for talking about hackathons. So we are not doing a hackathon here, but then this is a webinar. We have two mentors who are going to speak today about Bring Her Back. So if so, maybe Kushali, can you just brief bit on jobs for her so that I can continue after that? Kushali?
Sure. Basically, Jobs for Her is an online portal helping women restart their career. Yeah. Jobs for Her is an online portal which helps women restart their career after a career break. So yeah, post life such as marriage, motherhood, they've taken break for these kind of things. And Jobs for Her offers employment opportunities in various job profiles. We have full-time, part-time, work from home and freelance projects, returning internships on our portal. So you can just go through our portal, upload your resume and apply for various job postings which are relevant to you. And yes, currently we're doing the Bring Her Back opportunity. Jobs are open for you all, whereby we're tied up with a IT giant company, and there are various opportunities open in 7 cities across India. So you can start applying onto that. That will really help. Yeah, Apita, you can take it further. Hello? Was I audible? Hello? Arpita, can you hear me?
Kushali, yeah, thank you so much for speaking on jobs first. So today's webinar is based on Bring Her Back. So we know quite a number of women. Actually, everybody who's present here is one of them who has taken a break from work because of various reasons like family issues and other things like sabbatical, or maybe because they have planned a family and they are like looking now to go back to work. So Jobs for Her has the perfect opportunity for such women with Bring Her Back. So it's a career re-entry program which is made for all these type of females. So basically, the entire motto of this program is to get assessed, to get retrained, and to get hired by a global IT giant, because it becomes difficult for such people to join back work because the environment would have changed, the technologies would have changed. Again, to cope up with such an environment becomes difficult. So Bring Her Back will actually help such people to cope up with such a changed environment, to go back to work, to do it properly on their own without anybody's help. So today's mentoring is all about that. So we have two of our privileged mentors with us today. One is RK Dhanwada. Better call him RK. He loves being called RK. So I got introduced to him through one of my colleagues, and I have never met such a nicer person than him. He's always humorous about everything. So so he was asking for his coffee right now. I said it's a virtual world, but then I would give you a coffee, RK, when we meet up. So he has worked with the best of best engineering companies. Right now he's an entrepreneur. So he has so many fundas with today's world of recruitment and placement. So better RK, why don't you tell our participants more about yourself? You would be the best person to talk.
First thing, I'm 62 by age, but by temperament, I'm just 26. So I'm comfortable with everybody. The first thing, I mean, I'm just sharing my experience because this side of the table of recruitment is pretty tough. For the right person never applies, the biodatas show up something. So I have a very simple principle. It doesn't start with the biodata. Usually a job seeker, I belong to a generation when there was no internet. So we never had to shoot the biodatas in all the direction. So I always tell people, don't shoot the biodata. First understand to whom you are going, where you are going, and map your skills. And if you don't have those skills, acquire them. It's the hiring manager who is going to take a decision. And he needs you more than the job seeker needs. So I do basically the skill mapping, and I do the bridge, make them separate from the crowd, and ensure that the cycle of recruitment happens at the shortest in the terms which the job seeker wants. Let the flow of questions come. I'll answer them proactively.
Yeah, thank you so much, RK. And next we have Brijesh Mathrani with us, who is an Android developer at Byju's. So he's such a good friend of mine and a part of all our hackathons. So Brijesh, why don't you talk a bit about yourself? Let our participants hear it from you.
Yeah, thanks, Arpita. So my name is Brijesh. I'm an Android developer at Byju's classes. So I personally like to explore new gadgets, technologies, to try to solve the problems which we face in daily life. So that's how we got introduced to hackathons. And regarding to the webinar's topic today, nowadays, if you just explore the content on the internet, as RK said, like if your profile is asking something and you don't have matching skills, but you are interested, now there are a lot of resources available online which can you can get any skills. It's not that you have to work or you have to go to the college to get knowledge of some mobile technologies or something. You just decide what you want to do, and there are tons of resources. You just go there and start exploring, and you may be better than 1 or 2 year guys experience in the same field. That's what I've seen. Like if you have passion about something, it really helps a lot. So yeah, that's it from my side.
Thanks a lot, Brijesh. That was nice from both of you. So ladies, we are already aware of the process. So you had to sign up with Venturcity to attend this webinar. Then you would have created this is just a brief to take you through the process. So you would have created your profiles and Jobs for Her. There are too many openings in Jobs for Her. Just see which opening suits you, where you would be able to fit yourself in, apply for those jobs. The registration is open till 12th of November. Soumya, Kushali can brief you more on that, maybe after the session. And then attend today's webinar, listen from our mentors on what they have to say about, again, starting yourself to work. Ask your doubts, ask your queries, and then get assessed, get retrained by Jobs for Her, and then get hired. So we would start off with today's session. So we have actually to kickstart off the process. We have created a few questions relating to all these people who have taken a break. Maybe RK and Brijesh, you can start off with answering these questions so that all the participants have
The voice is
Is it fine now? Yeah, is it fine now? Hello?
yes, perfectly.
Sorry to interrupt, but hello. Yeah, sorry to interrupt. This is Soumya here from Jobs for Her. It's nice to meet you all. Whoever the users who are on board, if you could just keep questions on the chat window on the right side, I think it'll be better for the presenters to have a look and it wouldn't obstruct their flow of thought. So it'll be great if we can keep sharing your questions on the right side. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, so to start off the session, we have prepared a few FAQs or maybe common questions which needs to be answered to all of you, maybe to give you the confidence, to give you the motivation. So RK and Brijesh, I have shared the screen which has some common questions. Can you just discuss briefly on these questions so that participants have a fair idea? Yeah, so the first question which we have thought about is how do we present such a break in our resumes when people are joining after such a long time? How do they present the break in the resume? What is the best answer which they can give to the employer as to why they have taken the break and what were the reasons for taking the break?
Do I answer or Bridget?
Both of you have the privilege.
Yeah. Okay. These are the FAQs, so we need to answer so all the participants can listen and they have this common question they can.
Now let me tell you again. I'm repeating what I said just now. How to present your break in your resume. Firstly, don't get into rule number one. Never ever cut paste a biodata. You know the biodatas which are typically the Naukri format type. Don't ever do it. Number two, never ever touch. And number three is that the person is, the attention span has become so much. You know, if you can give a bulleted points that these are the values which I am going to give. Now what will happen is that you have to know who the recruiter is. You can't shoot, you can't go on a blind date by shooting the biodatas. So make sure that you know the organization and you have certain skill sets that is going to profit the hiring manager. Now coming to the question how to present your break, let the break be there, saying this period to this period. So when the meeting across happens, then you can explain this was the reason. And let me tell you, hiring managers are very genuine, they will understand why the break was. You don't need to explain without being asked. So leave it this period to this period, this period to this period, that's it.
Yeah. So I think one of the point will be like if you are joining again, that shows your motivation, like the self-motivated, you want to join again. That shows your like interest in job profile. So it's not like they'll feel like you are out of job. So maybe you have to update your skills, but if you show your dedication and what all you work, if you prove that okay, you are good in that, maybe I don't think it will be a major issue to come back after a break.
I mean, Brijesh, I'll take it from here. You know, why should the managers choose you or X? The manager is not interested whether to choose X, Y, Z. He is interested plain simple that will you be an asset to my team? Do you know about what we are doing? You have to do a bit of a research, map your skills. So rest of the issues will become very, very secondary. Are the attendees able to listen to us?
Yeah, I think they are replying on chat.
I worked as a software engineer and for 5 years. Now after a gap of 2 years, I want to get into software testing. How do I start? So that's one of the questions we've got here.
Okay. So yeah, so you can check like what all skills you are working. I don't think testing has changed that much. So the area which you are focusing, just get in touch. If you can get in touch with somebody who is currently working on that part of the area, You can like RK said, like you can match your skills. Like sometimes if you take a break for 1 year and come back, the technology hasn't changed that much. You can still pursue. You'll be still the same valuable asset as you were before. So just get in touch with somebody who is working in same technology, or get in touch with check out the job profiles which you get from based on your Naukri profile, and like based on the current trend going on, and just see what are the current skills that are required, and if you have something different. Now there are a lot of a lot of crash course kind of thing going on online. Like Code Academy, Udemy. There are a lot of testing courses are there also. So just check if there any new technology come up within those years, and if you can just understand, it's not necessary like you have to expertise those. If you get the overview of those technologies and show your interest, and you have 5 years experience, so you'll be able to answer all these questions which you worked on already. So shouldn't be a problem.
To value add to what Brijesh just now said, spend some time in the LinkedIn technical forums where all these testing people are there. And a hiring manager is all the people they're discussing the problem. You try to contribute, and then from there you start up that, don't shoot the biodaters up front. Get connected to the people of that domain, and LinkedIn forums are just too good.
And nowadays there are a lot of like communities. Suppose for Android, we have a Bangalore Android developer group. There are like 6,000 guys in there, and you just come to Facebook page, Slack channel. There are Twitter accounts. You just shoot out your questions, ask for help. What's going on? What's the trend? I know this. Can I get a job, or do I need to learn something else? Well, there are a lot of people nowadays. They are ready to help you in technology. The community thing is growing very well nowadays. So just find out your technology. If you have any communities in that technology, search on Facebook, Twitter. So if you get those will be people who are working currently on technology. Every major city has a Google technology group, GDG, the Google developer groups. So get in touch with those organizers. They'll surely put in touch with you somebody who is working on same technology. Because sometimes that will happen, like you are working on some niche technology and you don't know the people who are working there currently. So as RK said, like go to LinkedIn, go to Facebook, use the social media, check the offline communities which are happening in your city. Just get in touch with those guys. They'll guide you exactly what to do. So somebody was asking regarding certifications.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Certification actually depends. If you don't try to learn something very new. That's what I see usually from people. Like they see, okay, this is new, so I'll learn it and I'll master it, and then I'll go for a job interview. I'll crack it. That actually very much depends on you and the technology which you're choosing. It's very difficult. Like it will be waste of time also. So better you like whatever skills you have, and like you can't learn everything and go for a job interview. If there is a change in technology, just try to understand how it works. Are you able to think through what changes have come in technology? But don't try to certification obviously helps if you do from a better place. Like nowadays there is Udacity and Udemy, so Code Academy. So all those things will help. But just don't try to learn something very new which you don't know and which has a job requirement. Just first see whatever technology you're working before. Can you get into that again? If you're trying to pick up something new, that's fine. Like get the courses done, but choose the organization the company which is providing certifications. Well, just talk to people and check if it's relevant. Because there are a lot of courses which will be just like you'll waste 6 months and still you will be learning only theoretically. So yeah, that's it.
thanks, Brijesh. So RK, do you really support Brijesh in answering the question for online certification?
Hello, RK?
Yeah.
Yeah, where are the questions?
Yeah. So
No,
RK.
so she's asking that the way I explained, does the other part of the story, like the recruitment side, does they think same thing, or with your experience, do you feel this is the right way to go?
No, no. See, my take is that when those Microsoft certifications were a craze in the mid '90s, and you had dumps.
Yeah, those are just your you just read it and go there. So, but nowadays,
I would always advise, don't go merely because the moment you get certification, you are stuck up. You have to do that line. I mean, if you have a knowledge, certification is just very secondary. Nowadays, for $50 to $150, you're getting your online. So don't need to, I'm talking about the MOOC and the Coursera. Then I was very impressed by the nano degree, which again Udemy is giving.
Udacity. That is amazing.
That is an amazing program. They're charging about 8,000 for 10 months program, and then after you complete, they're returning the 50%. That's cost good.
And I'm just to interrupt, like I'm also involved in the nano degree program. If you learn that, you'll know more than a guy working since 1 or 2 years. I can give a guarantee about that, because they have designed the course in such a way it's not theoretically, it's just a live experience what people do in the job. So
I always advise, don't go to the street side like typically in Hyderabad in Amirpet. Just avoid them. They're in a hall sitting 300 people and expecting a job to come after that 6 weeks of program won't happen.
Yeah, never join like just check with the technology people who are working on that, get in touch with them, and then only join something. Just don't start by something by name. There are many big institutes which just don't teach you anything.
Okay, so thank you, Brijesh and RK, for answering this. So we have another question from a participant, Devarti. So she is asking, she has worked as a software engineer. It has been like 5 years, and she's majorly into Java, but then now she's looking for some flexibility with options. So, but then she has a doubt that there are few companies who would be giving such flexibility. So would it be okay, can you just suggest her some companies who would be giving some options so that it can help her manage her personal and professional life and keep a balance?
This morning I was with a client, and he says, RK, get me people who really want a job. I mean, not the 9 to 5. Now, if the person may be anywhere. What I will do is I'll just connect the dots. He is right here in Hyderabad, and offline we can get connected. I got so many people, they keep on asking. So pro bono, I do the connects and I keep on sharing on my timeline. These are the prospective companies who are looking, and I'll get you connected to those people. What's the next question?
Okay. So thanks for answering the question, both Brijesh and RK. So Shri Devi has a question. So she's asking that she was working in ad operations for 7 years, and then she took a break, and then she did home tuition, and then again she had to relocate. So now she wants to start something of her own. So can you suggest her some options as to which would be the best option for her?
In the domain of advertising?
So she was into ad operations, advertisement operations.
Oh, advertisement industry works only on contract, and there are 2 portals where tons of people you can get connected. One is Exchange for You and Agency FAQ. I'll share with Arpita offline, and creative people do not need to apply for jobs. They're basically, the hiring manager only takes for a contract. So once I see the skill set and what she has, her skill on, then I'll do the connect. I'll share, there are tons every day, the people are asking, apply for this. But I always tell people, never apply for jobs, chase companies, don't chase jobs. Once you know the company and the people, the rest will fall in place. In advertising, what is she doing in
sorry to Yeah, sorry to interrupt there. Sridevi, to also answer your question, JobsFor has a lot of advertising, marketing and sales related openings across the country. So I would suggest you can go to the link that I'm typing in right away and look at relevant openings in the advertising industry with the flexibility that you're asking for. Sorry for the interrupt. Sorry for interrupting.
Oh, cool, cool.
So I think I missed the Vinesh. There was a one question in between from Gunjan. She's a software engineer and she wants to try in testing. So she was asking like, is the testing relevant experience required or she'll be treated as fresher? So if you're in software development and you want to start testing, I think there are a few testing courses available that will actually help you. So like in few cases, the offline courses, those helps. So because syllabus will be planned in such a way that you get a mindset of a tester. Like otherwise, as a developer, we'll be thinking something else, and as a tester, you need to understand the fundamentals of testing. So yeah, for testing, I think there are few courses which you can take. I'm like I'll check if there are any something like Udacity, something which is more online kind of thing and not just a theoretical. So I'll just check those and I'll maybe tell Arpita so she can get in touch with you guys. She'll do it from Venture City account or something. So I'll let you know if there are any courses which can help you to enter into testing domain.
Okay. So I hope, Sridevi, that answers your question. So I would put a common question now. So that when people join after a break, employers, when it comes to the pay package, the employer always offers a less salary as to what they were getting previously, or maybe they offer a salary close to that of a fresher's level. So how do they bargain on that part? How do they bargain on the pay part?
Okay, this is a very typical question, and I don't blame the HR because even if you're an experienced or a fresher or anything, they always ask this question: what was your last drawn salary? Now, a person who's a job seeking can't say that what is the job, what is the salary you are getting. So I would always advise never ever tell your price. I mean, like this was my last drawn salary. You must have made it very sure that if this is the amount I need, 3.6 or 4.5 or X, Y, Z, make that bench and say that irrespective of what the uh, the final outcome is, because you have to take a decision out of choice. And I always want any job seeker to have 2-3 job offers and then from there on negotiate. If not you, there's always somebody waiting for me to give the offer. So you have to learn the fine art of engaging with the people and tell that it is anything less than 4 lakhs, I'm not interested. You send a message, I use certain techniques like how to walk out of interview and how to, get out and say that, negotiate the salary part. Rule number 1 is never tell this was my last drawn salary because you will be valued at that particular price point. Whether you are a fresher or whatever it is, if I'm not getting this, I'm going to open a palli shop, but I'm not getting into it. You should be in a position to, negotiate or rather demand that this is the value I'm bringing and this is what I'm expecting. Can you hear?
Yeah. So RK, we heard it from you, Brijesh. We would love to hear from your.
I think RK has like relevant and more experience in that field.
You've
So
spoken really good on that.
yeah.
Yeah. So that was a very tricky question and RK has really answered it nice. So actually Gunjan has another question. So she has a testing experience. So she's asking.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. So she is.
Yeah, that I think I covered.
Oh, you
Yeah,
okay?
I think
Fine.
she'll be.
Yeah. So she was keeping constantly asking that question. So actually, Pragati has a question. So she has 8 years experience in software testing and she has got a break for 2 years. She has been applying for jobs from the last 1 year, but she's not getting any calls. And she doesn't think that there is any outdated skill which she has. So maybe she wants to know an answer as to what could be the possible reason for this.
Rajesh, do I answer this?
Yeah, sure.
See, for 1 year you have been applying. I mean, I always tell, don't go to the job portals and just keep on sending the biodata and you're expecting. Just, there is I'll send you a link. It is called How to Recruit a New Employer. It is how to interview companies. It's a reversal of the process. Instead of the companies decide how to approach. I'm just putting it on the chat. It is called asktheheadhunter.com. It's not working in the chat here. It is asktheheadhunter.com. You just go to the FAQs and QA. You will first understand that the shooting the biodatas, going to the job portals is not going to take you anywhere. It will be very frustrating. So I would rather say, don't chase the jobs, chase the companies, the people, or you have solved jobs for her. You know, they will work as a very genuine catalyst. Don't shoot, I mean, those typical Naukri ones, just avoid them.
Okay, so thank you, RK. So even Jobs for Her has a portal which answers such questions. So maybe Soumya and Kushali might help you for that. And so then I'll just put again another. Participants, do you have to ask any other question? Which, if you can type it out, or I can ask. So RK Brijesh, where sometimes an employer might ask why he should choose a particular person who has taken a break rather than choosing a person who is currently employed or has only been out of work for a short time. So for them, it always the priority is a person who has constantly kept on working rather than a person who has taken a break for 2-3 years. Doesn't matter how proficient she would have been in the past. So how do our ladies answer that question to an employer?
The employer in this case is HR department. The hiring manager is least interested.
Yeah. Actually, if you have if they have interviewed and they are happy with your skill, it's usually the HR team who tries to trick you into all these questions. Otherwise, we technical people, like, we just check the skills if it's relevant. Like I have cracked few interviews and I have like met people. They never ask previous salaries also. So I would like to point out one more thing is nowadays startup culture is very good in India. So try to get interviewed by some startups. So because that they have completely different mindsets rather than from a big MNC. Like they'll check your break, they'll try to cut down your salary and the working hours. Everything is flexible in startup. You can work from home, or they don't ask all these questions. They don't check your salaries. They just check if are you capable of doing job which is required to be done. That's it. Sometimes like 80% of the Indian startups don't have HR interviews itself. You just get in touch with the developers directly, get in touch with the manager, the CTO. They just check your attitude in the last round. They don't ask all those typical HR questions. So try to get into some startups also. Like the startup culture is very good. They're growing very well. I'm a startup enthusiastic. Like since last 1.5 years, I've been working with startups. So last company was also startup. This company is also in startup mode. So you will love working there. If you're passionate about your work, those are the guys who will find you and they will give you a job. It's not.
There must be boot camps in Pune, Bangalore, everywhere. They're regularly meeting up. One must attend those boot camps. You know, they're technical group boot camps like you have in Mobile in Hyderabad and in Bangalore also. You know, physically meeting and then getting connected, and you'll be surprised. The people are look forward. You know, says, oh, and word of mouth recruitment is the best. And you'll be surprised. that in the boot camp, you have to display, you have to ask questions. That's what I'm saying. If you can't go to the boot camp, go to the LinkedIn forum and get connected. You have to identify where you want to go, not just shoot the biodaters.
Meet the people. That is nowadays networking helps more than anything. So from Venture City also, like we attended a lot of hackathons. So now, like I personally know 20, 30 guys who thinks like me, who want to solve some problem, who are like, let's do this. Let's try to launch some app which like changes people's life. So if you meet people, you will also like it will change your life in a way. Like you know a few people who are exactly same interests as you. So like networking nowadays helps more than any.
Okay, so we have another question from Rashmi, who's from Bangalore. So she is asking that changing from a non-technical job to a technical job like software testing, is it possible in today's competitive time, and how does she prepare for the same? So she has a computer degree and a PG, postgraduate degree as well. So she wants to know how she can prepare for the same.
Just you take it on.
Yeah.
On test.
Yeah. So you're not working computer field so far. So I think you need to start it with the online courses. Check, because see, how do you choose a field which you have never worked on it? Either you have interest on it or you heard from it, like heard from your friends or somebody that okay, this field is good, it has opportunities, so try to explore it. So I would say first is try to understand, does it suit you? If see, being a tester is also has its own set of requirements. You should be able to think how this application will fail, what users can do so that this will not work out. So every job profile has some like some parameters, some characteristics. If it's not matching with you, and if you are trying to crack an interview, then it will be very difficult. Like if I just today I say okay, I want to be architect. I go there and I try giving interviews. I try searching online, learning it. But if I don't have interest in that, that will not, it will never work out for you. You may get a job, but next job you have a problem, or you may like you will face a lot of problems in your hiring. So first try to understand how the field works. What are the what do they do? Get in touch with people. If you get some knowledge, then decide okay, this suits me. Once you have interest and once you have once you like the thing which you are trying to do, if you like your job, then it will be very easy for you to crack interview. Then you can show your passion. If you're not passionate about something, it will be difficult. Sometimes you don't know you are passionate about something, so you just try to explore things. Just there are a lot of resources available online. There are a lot of YouTube videos. Check how testing works. Read something, and watch some online videos. Don't try to jump and get some certification. Because after certification also, what if you don't like it? You spend 10,000, 20,000, you feel okay, this is not my cup of tea. Everybody cannot do everything. So just try to understand how the field works, what are the requirements, what is the current trend. You feel that okay, it's suitable for you and you can do that job like 9 to 6, you can do that job. Then go ahead and like in the process you would have learned a lot of things, meeting people, getting some online certifications. So that will help you projecting your profile to recruiter and engineering managers. Said okay, I like it and I'm doing it on my own. Now I want to get a job on this field.
I always, just to pitch in here, I always advise, don't go for a job, go for a career. Somebody like this person who's starting fresh, you should realize that what are you going to do in the next 3-4 years. So have a taste and understanding with the people of that domain and get comfortable and feel excited about, okay, this is the line I'm going to be. Because testing is so much is happening in everywhere, and I don't see much. I mean, it takes about 5 years for a person in testing to grow. whereas a coder can do much better and grow faster. So you first have to understand career is more important or job is more important. Because from career you can move towards a job. From job is just like, it's raining, you go and try to take a shelter. You're just postponing the problem.
Yeah, correct.
So I hope both of you have answered the question. So we have a quick question from Aarti. So she wants to know some good online courses related to big data technologies.
Yeah, I might be able to help, but I need to check with guys. Like I have friends working in big data technologies, so I can get like if you can connect offline or somehow.
Yeah. So
Like there's a
Brijesh,
LinkedIn
yeah.
profile in the venture.
So Brijesh, we can actually share Brijesh's email ID. So he might help you take it offline. He can send you some courses, or I can share it with you. And even Soumya can
Yeah,
share
sure.
it with you. So we have another question, quick question. So Vandana is interested to know about IoT startups. So maybe, yeah, and 1 second. So we are just taking 2 more questions before we end up the session. So we'll just do it quickly. So maybe we can
Yeah.
talk about
So
IoT
IoT
startups.
startups, yeah. So just I haven't explored much regarding IoT, but just check. There are there are companies now. They write tech blogs. There are Your Story. There are a lot of online Inc 42. Like there are a lot of communities. There are a lot of like media people who are covering what is happening in startup domain. So just try to understand what all those guys are doing, and maybe if you like something, then get in touch with them, or check AngelList. AngelList has a lot of startup jobs. I'm sure Jobs for Her will also have like startup openings, so explore those, and just keep reading. Like there are a lot of tech websites, TechCrunch, TNet. So just keep reading in IoT, and I think you should be able to find the material online very easy.
Soumya, sorry, just quick, this morning I was with a gentleman who is into IoT. Uh, offline I'll get connected to Arpita and Soumya. You can share it with others.
Yeah, so that sounds good. So we have another question from Nivedita. So she has 6 years of experience in Java and she has taken a break of 2 years. She was into Spring Framework previously. So she wants to know if it is okay for her to switch technology like web designing and jQuery.
Okay. So if you want to switch technologies, I think jQuery web designing, you should first try to learn it online and see if you like it. First of all, that's my funda of life. If you don't like it, there may be like tons of opportunity in that, but you will not do good. So just try online courses, free online courses. Don't join anything. Just don't pay money for anything. Just see what are free courses. For I think jQuery and all, you have W3 schools, a lot of other online things which are happening. And these are the emerging, like these are the current technologies. So you'll find a lot of meetup groups from there. And if your technology learn-up is there, you can attend those, meet people. Same answer goes like explore the technology. Just see first of all, you should not choose the technology because it's good or it's easy or it's in demand. See if you like it. You have to do job. You have to do 8 hours. You have to write a jQuery. You have to write JavaScript. For personally, let's say I don't like writing website codes, so I never get into websites. I like mobile technology domains. There are tons of things to do in mobile domain, so I stick to that. There may be openings, there may be like a lot of good opportunities in other domain, but let's see. First, if you like it, then figure out like how to enter in that. It's always fine to switch a domain. There is no harm. If you are comfortable with that, if you like it, if you are able to code, just pick up some online courses. They'll have assignments. So while doing assignments and all, you'll come to know like okay, is it something you want to do daily or not?
Okay. So sounds good. I think Nivedita, your question has been answered. Ladies, I think we should wrap up. It's been 1 hour. So maybe, so RK and Brijesh, actually, you answered the question about salaries, but then we had a few questions again here as well as from our current database. As to it becomes very difficult to negotiate on the salary part. So how do we actually, so when people are going to startups also, they face the same problem. So a bit closing note on the salary part would be of great help from both of you, and then we can close it.
Okay, I'm repeating what I see. There is nothing called salary. HR people have a very job which is to get the best people at the lowest price point. I mean, that's their job. And so don't get into that mode. You be very clear that if you are in desperation, okay, I want 4.5 with so many years experience. Somebody is offering ridiculously, you just walk out. I mean, once a manager likes you, I'll tell you, rest will fall in place. Negotiation comes at the very last stage, and invariably people ask that what is your expected salary? Isn't will come. I'll do one thing. I'll send you a small little attachment offline, and from there you share it with all these 20 people, and they can, you know, understand and build their own story and pitch around it. It's basically you're playing a mind game with the HR. There's nothing like, I mean, negotiation is a very fine art which cannot be taught. It is very proactively you have to decide it.
That was good. So actually we have one last question. 1 second. Yeah, so Shweta has a question. She worked as a software developer in Microsoft with C and .NET for 5 years. SharePoint 2010 was the last technology she worked on. And then she took a break for 4 years. So she's asking, she wants to know what technology should she currently upgrade on so that she can join back.
Okay. I myself personally haven't explored any Microsoft domain, but I have friends. So yeah, should I, if you can connect with me offline, I'll put in touch with guys who are working on tech technology, because see, technology changes frequently. So if I comment something that is out there, they won't help you. So maybe I'll get in touch with some guys who are currently working on those domains, and then they might be able to help you.
Okay. Thank you, Brijesh. Thank you, RK. So we had a wonderful session with both of you and all the participants. We had wonderful questions and answers were brilliant from both of you. So we would be sharing the mentor's ID with the participants. Any questions they can always mail, they can write back to you, or you can also write back to us also. We would anytime be willing to help you. And Jobs for Her has a wide range of brilliant programs which might help you. So Soumya and Kushali would be the right people to share such information with you. And so I think it's time to end. So Kushali, if you would want to do a concluding. Kushali?
Arpita?
Yeah. Hi, RK. Kushali is there?
No, I'm just saying that when they get in touch, they should mention somewhere Venture Secure Jobs for Her. I get so many invited on the subject matter, you know, it will catch my attention to reply that they have come from that route.
Sure, we would do that. We would do that. We would tell the participants about the subject line. Kushali, are you on the line?
I'm here.
Yeah. So,
Hello.
yeah, Kushali.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Thank you, Brijesh. Thank you, RK, for your valuable time. Thank you, Arpita, for organizing this. And it was great value add for the participants. They had many of their queries which were answered. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the participants taking out your valuable time and attending this webinar. We'll be having one more webinar tomorrow, so do join in tomorrow and apply for Bring Her Back jobs through Jobs for Her portal. We have openings in 7 cities currently into the IT portal. So do apply for them. Fine. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
We
Kushali.
can sign off now, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Thanks, Brijesh again. Thanks, RK. Bye-bye.
Nice meeting you. Bye.